Lego game.
Rex is like, where's mine?
I will give Rexy his. I don't know what this is. What is this?
That's my bedroom and other messes.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. Yeah. The snowman's dusting off his hat, putting on the show for everybody, to give them a smile that lasts another year. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby.
I'm gonna make sourdough peasant bread. Normally I make regular peasant bread, but this time I'm gonna do sourdough peasant bread because I'm trying to bulk up our sourdough starter that my friend gave me, 80-year-old starter. It's a little different than mine. So anyways, I need to use some of that and then add more flour and feed the starter. So that's why I'm making sourdough peasant bread instead of just regular peasant bread that I normally make, because that's quick and easy. Why is it called peasant bread? Because it's not like artisan bread is like very refined looking, and it has like nice cuts and designs, and it's airy. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna make this bread.
Yeah, that is peasant bread. So peasant bread is very simple and not the prettiest, but still tasty. That's like the number one bread that my family eats is peasant bread. And also because it's quick and easy. Because sourdough, if I make a traditional sourdough loaf, I have to think a couple days in advance. And if you didn't know the story about my starter, our old refrigerator died, and I took everything out, and it had like stuff in coolers and everything. And I left my starter out because usually I cold storage it. And anyways, it was like amongst all the stuff that didn't have to be in the cooler. And I forgot about it for like a week and a half. We were out without a fridge for like a week and a half, so I forgot about it. And yeah, it died. I tried to revitalize it, but some like weird funk was growing on it, so that didn't happen. So that's why I have this gifted 80-year-old starter that I plan on using today. I've made this recipe so many times, but I still need instructions because I forget. I don't know. I'm sure if I just went off of memory, I would be okay. But I feel like I'm not confident enough, I guess. I don't know. I think like I get it with bread, baking, you want to be precise in some manners, but also I think people take it to the extreme. And I think that's why sourdough is always so intimidating for me. And it wasn't until I started watching videos from like, there's like, I don't know who his name is, but like he was like an old hippie. He's had his sourdough starter since like the 60s or something. And he's like, I don't use precise measurements. I just eyeball it. And, you know, like, especially with feeding and everything, like as long as he feeds it and uses it, like it's okay. And then also watching Farmhouse on Boone, that, you know, seeing her use sourdough and how, like, you know, she's very relaxed when she's cooking. It's not like beautifully perfect or anything like that. And that's just realistic, I think. So yeah, that's just me. Okay. Try again, so I didn't get the angle. Okay. You know that, right? I always like to taste the dough. And if you don't like the taste of sourdough, just add more sugar. And that helps. So this is what it looks like right now. And then I'm going to, like, my little hack is I get a tea towel, I warm it up in the microwave, and then I turn on the oven for 350 just for like a minute, as long as I microwave the towel, and then I turn it off. I put the hot towel on top of this, and then I shove it in the oven, and then it rises a little bit quicker because it is winter, or it's almost winter, and it's a little chilly today. Not quite chilly. So my husband and my son are outside putting up like the finishing touches of the lights, and then we also found some of our like little blow up Christmas decorations that we like totally forgot about the past decade, 10 years. We got them when my oldest was a baby, and he's watching them. My dog barks at everything that passes by. Every person, every dog, every animal. Nice and hot. And you have to remember to turn off the oven because you don't want to accidentally break it. Okay, now I'm going to feed my starter. And I eyeball it. And I do want to make pretzel bread rolls. So I need a good batch because I'm going to freeze some. Even though my kids like devour it. And I have a lot of baking soda or sodium bicarbonate, however you want to call it, from Costco because it's a giant bag. And I know some people keep like a stiff starter. I like mine a little bit more liquidy so that I can easily plop some out. But I'm just not so worried about perfection because, like, I don't know, my family's just gonna eat it. You know, I think sometimes we worry too much about trying to make it perfect and Instagram worthy and all that, but do you really need to? If your family's just gonna eat it, like, does it really matter? I mean, yeah, we all aspire to make those beautiful, perfect looking breads, but that takes a lot of time and effort, and I don't always have that much time because I'm a busy mom. I homeschool my kids. I have my own business. I have hobbies and a life. Bread making is not really a hobby for me. It's just something we enjoy eating. So I guess if like making bread is like your hobby, then yeah, do what you want. But if it's not, it's okay not to have perfect bread. So I'm just using like these containers I got off of, I don't know if I got it at Target or Amazon, I don't know. But I have 2 more that I store my flour and sugar in. And this was like a leftover one that I've stored. I've stored almond flour in it. I've stored the Korean pancake mix in it. And so now I'm using it for my starter because I find it easier to be able to scoop out what I need. Rather before it was like in a wide mouth jar, but it just wasn't, it was just, yeah, not convenient. I find this much more convenient to use. So, and it's pretty. It's kind of aesthetic. I like aesthetic things, even though my house is a mess right now. And we're cleaning our couch. We're preparing for the holidays. And we're trying not to do everything at the last minute because that's overwhelming and exhausting. And then we get kind of cranky and angry with each other. And we want the holidays to be fun and happy. And so doing a little bit at a time. So we're cleaning the couch. And then we're going to eventually clean the carpets, and then I need to clean up, like wash down, tidy up and wash down the patios, both the front and back. And the house is pretty much okay. It's just those spots that we kind of neglect after a while. Oh, and I need to work in the garden. I actually need to harvest my broccoli. I meant to do that before we left for my parents for Thanksgiving week, and now they're almost like blossoming. I don't want them to blossom yet. So I'm gonna do that right now. Look at a beautiful bouquet. Now I'm gonna make a meatball soup because we have a lot of kale too. I'm not gonna use the broccoli. I'm gonna figure out what I'm gonna do with the broccoli tomorrow. But yeah, kale, like a meatball kale pasta soup. I guess it's like an Italian wedding soup or something like that. I don't know. But we only have turkey meat, ground turkey. So I'm gonna just kind of wing it, kind of adapt the recipe like I always do. I never follow recipes to the T. Don't know how much I can film because our neighbors' grandkids are here hanging out with my kids, and I don't want to include them in any videos, and I know they'll pop into the kitchen here and there. I'll try and do my best with filming what I'm making. Okay, I need to tidy up a little bit. There's like too much stuff in my space. Ground turkey always reminds me of that pink slime that they use for chicken nugget at McDonald's. And my dog always likes a little bit of raw ground turkey. You're not gonna eat it? Sometimes he won't eat it. Like yesterday he devoured it because I made pasta yesterday, and today he's not wanting it. So I'll probably have to cook it for him. I have a very picky dog. I don't know if it's because he's part poodle or what. Because poodles think they're humans. Panko in our house. Need some black pepper. I'm actually going to blend the garlic and the onion because I know my kids, they won't eat the meatballs if there's like chunks in them. Ground turkey is really sticky. At least this one. Maybe if I had fresh ground turkey, it wouldn't be. Is that good, Rexy? Good job, Rexy! High five! You need to learn how to do high fives. I forgot this was in there. Oops. Pulling the big girl out. But I try to cook from scratch most of the time. But it's okay if we don't. Like I'm not like everything from scratch and everything must be organic and everything. Like that's too stressful. And I like to try like one new recipe or 2 new recipes a month. Most of what we eat is like tried and true recipes. Sometimes you gotta experiment. I harvested these bay leaves from one of my hikes. Okay, now I'm gonna butter the dish. You wanna really butter it very, very well, otherwise it will stick in there. It's just using a Pyrex bowl that we have. So. And then just plop it in and let it rise for another like 20 minutes or so, and then pop it in an oven. 425 for 15 minutes, and then 375 for 30 minutes for one giant one. There's some people that divide them into two smaller Pyrex bowls, but I have some meatballs here. I may use it all. My secret ingredient, fish sauce. Which is basically like anchovies, or I mean, ancient Italians used to use fish sauce too. They had their own fish sauce, so really not unheard of. Oh, so good. I can't wait to eat and make bread, and then we're almost done. Lighting is starting to get bad because the sun is starting to set right now. It's only been an hour and look how much it's grown. It's a happy little starter. While I was cooking, I kind of set our week. I have to write everything down. I just use like a Mead notebook to write everything down, what my kids are doing, and then, so on one side is what my kids are doing, on the other side was what I need to do, and then on the bottom is like any food that I'm going to be cooking. So I haven't decided that yet, but I've like set out like our schedule for the week so I know what is going on. And look here, Mary Gothmas. We are gonna go to that this weekend. And on Friday, we're going to get Santa pics, which we haven't done since before COVID. Long, long time. This is my nightly cocktail, or mocktail I should say, because there's no alcohol. I'm not anti-alcohol, I just choose not to drink it for my own reasons, for health and for, yeah, so cheers. Yeah, I feel like in the past, you know, couldn't wait for nighttime and have like a cocktail or a drink, and like one glass of wine after a while turned into a bottle a night, and that was just too much. And so yeah, I just wanted to still have that routine, that tradition of like, you know, ending the night with a nice little mocktail, but just not have the alcohol. And my sleep is so much better. I don't wake up randomly at night. I feel so much better the next day. And then I like to cover it with a cloth so it's not so crunchy, because my family doesn't like really tough, crunchy crust. I do, but they don't, right?
I can't believe I'm going to make a book.
You're gonna make a book?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go do it.